Hi there, I hope everyone's doing well. We're into November. I know we didn't finish up October's videos. It happens, right? Anyway, we're starting off with a dessert. We are making cheddar cheesecake with apple butter caramel. Sounds really good, decadent, and perfect for fall. Let's get to it. It's time for another episode of Cooking with Kaitlin. That's me. Enjoy! Alright, so we're going to start with making our crust. We've got the oven preheating to 325. We've wrapped our springform pan in aluminum foil nicely. We're going to process up 2 sleeves worth of crackers. I wish I had a much larger food processor right now because it would help. Total of a half a cup of sugar and a cup of cheddar. So I'm just going to kind of have to do these in steps. And it's going to be loud, so I might pause and just show you at the end. Alright, so you can see how nice and creme-like it all is. We've melted 1 stick or 8 ounces of butter. Just going to pour like a quarter of that into here to blend it up. Then we'll pack it down. I'll just be doing this in quarters. I'll show you when I'm done with all of them. Alright, now I'm just going to press it down the bottom, up the sides some, just as evenly as we can. And our oven has preheated. We're going to bake this about 10-15 minutes while we work on making the yummy, yummy cheesecake. Filling for batter. I'm going to go with batter. Cake batter. That tracks. All right. To go in it. Alrighty, just getting that nice and even. Well, as even as possible. Alright, I'll check back in a few minutes when I've got everything ready to start the cheesecake batter. Alright, well, we'll have to do our best. Got 2 8-ounce things of cream cheese softened to room temperature, 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese, and then 2 cups of sugar. I'm going to get those all going together. On a medium speed. For a couple minutes. We'll check back in a few. Y'all see it kind of getting nice and light and fluffy and creamy going there. Alright, we're going to go on a slower speed to get that incorporated. Actually, no, we do medium at first, then slow, and we add the eggs one at a time. Alright, just wanted that just in there. Just 1 egg, and it's 4 eggs total at room temperature. I had timed this a little better, that crust would have come out a little sooner, because we want it to rest for 10 minutes before we put our batter in there. So, okay, hang on. All right, we've got all 4 eggs in there. It's nice and incorporated. So now we're just gonna wait a few minutes for that to finish cooling, and we'll pour it in, so hang tight. All right, so we've got our springform pan in a roasting pan where it's filled with water to the halfway mark on our springform pan. Then we're gonna just pour our cheesecake batter in. Looking luscious. We're going to cook it for an hour with the oven on. Then we're going to crack the door, leave it in there for 1 more hour. Then we've got to refrigerate it for at least 8 hours to let it fully cool. So this is either a make the night before or the morning of kind of a thing. All right, I think we've got pretty much all of it out. We'll get that in the oven. Then we will check back, probably on my phone, and add that all in. See you later. All right, so it's been an hour and 10 minutes. What you want is that little bit of jiggle. We're going to turn the oven off, crack the door, and leave it for about an hour. Then we're going to take it out. Let it sit on the counter for a couple hours before putting it in the fridge. Pretty much overnight for us, but for at least 8 hours. All right, I'll try to remember to check back for each piece. All right, I'm gonna run a knife around the edge, let it sit and get to room temperature for 2 hours. I'm gonna cover it, put it in the fridge for at least 8 hours for us overnight. Check back later. All right, we've got a tablespoon of butter, 2/3 cup heavy cream, 1/3 cup apple butter, then 1 tablespoon light corn syrup, you can probably hear my little boy in the background having fun getting to supervise some of this. There we go. One teaspoon vanilla. And then 1/4 teaspoon of some sea salt. And we're just gonna whisk this together till nice and simmering and all. Got it on medium heat. We're just going to constantly whisk it for about 4 to 5 minutes. Then we'll go to our other step. I will check back in a little later because 4 to 5 minutes of this might get a little boring. All right, it's been 5 minutes. We're going to remove this from heat. And we're bringing over 1/2 cup of brown sugar in our skillet. We're going to get that evenly dispersed. And we're going to be stirring it with this as it melts take about 3 to 5 minutes. So we'll check back in closer to then. Obviously not done. I just always think it's interesting to see it, you know, in the stages as it's really starting to melt together. And clearly my child agrees with me as he bangs his wooden spoons on the cabinet. Alright, check back in a few. Alright, you see how crystallizing it's getting. We're getting so close to it melting and all these. It is just fascinating, the different stages as it begins to caramelize. You agree with Mama? Yeah, go keep banging those spoons. It is. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Whatever amuses them, right? Especially if it's something you've already got. Yeah. Alright, and just making sure all the clumps have fully melted into the caramel. Yeah. And when you're bigger, you're gonna do this, right? Yeah. Yeah. But this would be very dangerous at your age. This would actually be dangerous for a little while. Alright, now that it's all fully caramelized, we're going to slowly drizzle this in because, yep, it's going to do that. Actually going to turn my heat down to low while I do that. Creating our sauce. Yeah, that's an interesting sound, huh? Yeah, what is that? It'll be yummy, yummy, and tum-tummies. You can have a little bite, but it's a lot of sugar. Well, I guess it kind of is, yeah. Yeah. Alright, so we're just getting it all mixed together. We're going to remove it from heat, put it in some Tupperware, put it in the fridge for about an hour or so. Then we will check back. But oh, it smells amazing. Alright, after we pop the cheesecake out, you just drizzle on as much of the apple butter caramel as you want on each slice, or you could pour it all over the top. I decided that was too messy, but there you go. Bon appetit. See you later.